Hello everyone from green Serbia. The leaves are green. I see leaves are green. Red roses almost. Okay, 22nd day since the introduction of the state of emergency in Serbia. Judgment day plus 22, in other words. Driving the street of Vojislava Ilića. Voždovac, Zvezdara, I'm not sure really. Just finished my shopping at Lidl. As always, whenever I go to Lidl, I buy something that I don't need. But this is deep psychology, and these guys are really good at it. Never mind. Yeah, as I said before, we are approaching the number of 2,000 infected persons in Serbia, so 1,906 at the moment. Yesterday we had 284 new cases and 7 deceased patients. Yeah. However, there is something in the air, as somebody would say, and I feel that the better days are coming. My subjective feeling. It cheated me numerous times, so really not sure if this is going to be, but I decided that I will be behaving very optimistically. And whenever you introduce a good level of optimism, so it will be. Just at the crossroad with Gospodara Vučića Street, turning left to Gospodara Vučića. What to say, 18.5 degrees in Serbia, a very pleasant day. In the morning it was a bit chilly, but now it's quite nice. It's a pity that there is this police hour and at the ban. Of course it's a pity, I mean, there is no doubt about it. But you feel even more depressed. One feels even more depressed if the weather is nice and it's not allowed to go out. But we will survive. We will survive. Yesterday I watched for the second or third time I watched the film Havana, about the events just before the victory of the Cuban Revolution, the famous Fidel Castro and Che Guevara. And this film somehow reminds me on my stay in Cuba. Practically most of the films that I've taken there back in 2005, I have already posted at my YouTube channel called COVID-19 minus 15 years. Yeah, everything will be counted until and from COVID-19, not anymore the birth of Christ, but from and to the COVID-19. About the film Havana, yes, I have really, how to say, I'm very emotional whenever I remember Cuba. Such a lovely country, such a lovely people, but they have paid very dearly their price of freedom, and they are still paying. Sometimes I think whether for them it would have been better to do what Puerto Rico did. I mean, sold the freedom. Yeah, no one knows. I mean, freedom is generally priceless, but the price that these guys are paying is very, very high. As I said, I always get emotional when I remember the pictures of the there. Bumpy Serbian roads. However, I always remember the positive spirit that they were showing in every occasion, practically. They were always playing some music, dancing. Whenever I took some footage, the films, I saw these sceneries. And then it was interesting because our flight back was via Paris, and we had some 5 hours difference between the two flights. So I decided not to stay at the airport these 5 hours, but to go to Paris. And then my footage from Paris, just after the footage from Havana, this is something to be compared. Really, not only because of the climate, because it was the beginning of December, so Havana was nice 25 plus degrees. Paris was something like 6 degrees maybe. But also, around the Triumph Arch, such a dense traffic, everybody was in a hurry, everybody was nervous. Whereas in Havana, the music was coming from all corners, people were dancing. This comparison is probably the strongest feeling that I had. Whenever I look at this footage, I remember that. Amazing, it's simply amazing. Okay, just let's see a bit of a El Condor Pasa, played by the trumpet players, Feat Sejdić and his crew, arranged by Goran Bregović.